Hello folks, this is Sula again, and you're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Teemo. This is a game from the first one of our YouTube viewer night for League of Legends. This is a mixture of people that I normally play with and other people who are viewers of this channel and joined up with us on a Tuesday night for a League of Legends game. So this is 5v5 custom practice game. You can see I'm playing with Captain Combustible, who's playing as Nunu, Raffleboy, who's playing as Malzahar, Forever Black Sky as Karthus, and Donsky as Malphite. Then we're matched up against Owerba Fang, who I'm just going to call Fang, as Mordekaiser, Machi Balls as Katarina, Earthstrike as Anivia, Cole as Ezreal, and Shadow153 as Udyr, who I'll just call Shadow. So as you can see, a mixture of some people that you might have seen from other videos if you've watched other videos on my channel, and other people who are just YouTube watchers who joined up with us and were able to play with us on Tuesday night. So again, I'm planning on doing that again next week on Tuesday, and if that's something that interests you, you can feel free to come by and try to join us. No guarantee you'll be able to play, since again, I have a lot of subscribers, but who knows, maybe. No reason not to. Okay, in terms of setting up this game, I am going to take the middle lane with Teemo. You can see I typed in a good luck to everybody at the start. We were trying to figure out who our other solo lane would be. We really could have any of the other champions solo if we wanted to, between Karthus, Malzahar, and Malphite. Captain Combustible is going to be jungling with Nunu, and we ultimately decided that we were going to send our Karthus player, Forever Black Sky, up to the top lane, and then our bottom lane would be Malzahar plus Malphite, with Nunu jungling. Then for the other team, in terms of how they set things up, their Udyr player, Shadow, is going to be jungling on their side. Earthstrike's Anivia is going to end up here in the middle lane with me. And in the top lane, they're going to solo Cole's Ezreal. And then down in the bottom lane, they had a Mordekaiser Katarina lane with Fang playing Mordekaiser and Machi Balls playing as Katarina. So that's how the lanes were going to be set up. And you can see everybody's just sort of hanging around. Captain Combustible is going to start at the mini golems, so that means we don't need to be over by the blue buff, the golem, to protect that. So that's sort of why everybody's standing where they are. I'm standing in the middle of mid because Teemo has a passive that causes him to go invisible anytime he stands still for 2 seconds, and then he gains attack speed when he comes out of invisibility. Again, it's an interesting passive. It's something that I'd like to try to get more use out of, but just as in the first game where I played as Teemo, I didn't really find too many opportunities to use it in this game, but I'm still trying to find them. Anyway, right there, the unfortunate thing was I had said that Donsky needs to try to make sure that he doesn't stand too close to Captain Combustible so he doesn't steal some of the experience from the first one of those mini golems. And you can see us typing, basically saying like that. And so yes, he stole some of the experience there, which is going to put our jungler a little bit behind, so that's unfortunate. Alright, anyway, in terms of Teemo, you can see I'm laning here with Teemo against Earthstrike's Anivia. I started with a Doran Shield as my initial starting item. I've also put a lot of mastery points in the defensive tree for Teemo, which I like doing. The reason why I do that is because most of Teemo's damage on offense comes from his skills. He's not as reliant on items so much as some of the other champions. That is, most of his damage comes from things like getting Malady, getting his poison. So he doesn't need points in the offensive tree as much as some of the other champs. So you can spec him a little bit more defensively, still get that damage from things like poison, and Malady, and be more tanky overall. And then the Doran Shield kind of factors into that as well. Okay, anyway, in terms of sort of larger matchup, Teemo is very good at laning against other sort of ranged characters. Like he does very well against a champion like Ashe or Sivir. If you watch the previous Teemo video I did, I was playing against a Pantheon player, and I was able to dominate that really well just because of Teemo's range. His big weakness is he doesn't have that much range. He doesn't have nearly as much range as a champion like Ashe, but his Q skill blinds the opponent, so that means that he does very well against champions who rely on auto attacking to deal damage. So he does very well against them, but Teemo's big weakness is he tends to fare very poorly against casters, particularly burst casters, which unfortunately is exactly what Anivia is. And the reason for that being, again, they have these kind of champs have the range advantage on Teemo. He doesn't have that much range, and when they do his blind doesn't really do anything because they don't rely on auto attacking, and they can just sort of burst him for a lot of damage. And if you've been watching, you've seen Earthstrike has been doing that a lot to me thus far, and that's only going to get more difficult as time goes on. In terms of the larger game, Cole was able to get first blood. Cole playing Ezreal in the top lane was able to get first blood against our Karthus player, so that's not a good start for us. You also saw that Captain Combustible died to, I think, the Golem when he was jungling as Nunu, and I think he said that part of the reason for that was he lost out on some experience at those mini golems early in the game, so he was like a level behind where he would have been. So yes, that is why you want to be careful about not having someone else accidentally steal experience away from your jungler. So anyway, that was a mistake, and it will put him a little bit behind in his jungling with Nunu. Anyway, here in the lane, because I bought that Doran's Shield, note that even though I don't have a health pot, and even though I took a lot of damage when going back and forth with Earthstrike, notice how I've already healed back up. That's because I have a lot of HP regen. I get health back very quickly due to having that Doran's Shield, and again, due to having points in the defensive tree, I have quite a bit of armor and magic resist. Notice that I have 47 armor, 49 magic resist. That's pretty good early in the game. Unfortunately, I keep getting caught by Earthstrike's Anivia. He keeps hitting me with his Flash Frost, Frostbite combo, and now Shadow, Udyr is coming out and trying to gank me. I was trying to save my summoners here, really should have just ghosted, and then I wouldn't have been in as much danger as I was. So anyway, Shadow is chasing after me. You can see he's trying to dive me at the tower. Earthstrike is able to flash in and kill me, but because Shadow is tower diving, I end up getting credit for the kill on him. Still, that was a misplay on my part. I should have just ghosted, and I would have gotten out of there without any real difficulty. And I might have been able to get that kill on Shadow as he tried to dive me at the tower without having to die myself. So anyway, that wasn't played particularly great. I could have, like I said, should have just ghosted in order to make sure I got out of that. I think I used my move quick. If I didn't use my move quick, then I really played that poorly. But anyway, like I said, not the greatest. I don't play Teemo all that often. I'm going to use move quick now to get back to the lane. And since the Teemo rework a little while ago, he's definitely much more useful in he's just definitely much better in the lane now that his move quick has been changed so that it's a short speed burst. And I really should turn it on again right here. Let's see if I do. Yep, there I go. Just to get back to the lane, make sure I get this experience, try to get some of these minions as best I can. Although I'm not doing the greatest job with these. Oh, and see right there, Earthstrike, unfortunately now, has hit level 6, and that's where Anivia starts to get really dangerous. Yeah, I'm not doing the greatest job at farming up these minions. When Anivia hits level 6, that's when Anivia starts getting really dangerous, because she can start using her Glacial Storm ultimate, and nope. See, that was some pretty poor farming. I only got like 2 or 3 of all those minions. That's why, as Teemo, you don't want to let them push to the tower. Makes it a lot tougher. This is before the most recent patch, as I record this. In the most recent patch, they have changed Anivia so that it's more difficult for her to use her Glacial Storm. Basically, the problem with Anivia was that she could turn on her Glacial Storm, and the initial mana cost was really low. Just turn it on for like 1 instant, and then chill you, and immediately follow it up with a Frostbite. The skill that does double damage if you've been chilled. So that's how Anivia was played. Turn on Glacial Storm, yeah, like right there. See, Earthstrike turns on Glacial Storm just for 1 instant. It costs a really low mana. I think it only costs like 25 mana, something like that. Something ridiculously low. There's virtually no way to dodge it because, you know, it's this huge circle and you're just sort of in the middle of it. So you just get bursted down, you get chilled, and there's really nothing you can do. And then it's immediately followed up with a Frostbite, and you just take like a ton of damage. Now, the way that you deal with that for most ranged champions is you just stay at range. Frostbite doesn't have a lot of range. See, like right there, you see I get hit by it again. That Frostbite skill doesn't have great range. It's Anivia's shortest range skill. So if you're a champion like Ashe, you can just try to keep your distance, stay far enough back that you can't get hit by it. But again, Teemo has short range. That's his big weakness. As a champ, he has to be close in order to hit people with his auto attacks. So it's very difficult for me to try to avoid that, try to avoid these attacks. So like I said, this is a bad matchup. In the previous Teemo game I did, I had a very good matchup against Pantheon. This is a bad matchup for Teemo. So I'm just trying to survive as best I can with a lot of health pots and a lot of HP regen, and just trying to farm up as best I can. But like I said, burst casters are really the worst matchup for Teemo in terms of going back and forth in a lane. So this was not a matchup that favored me. Anyway, in the other lanes, and so like there, fortunately I'm far enough back that I'm out of range of Glacial Storm. In the other lanes, Cole has, I believe, gotten 3 kills on our Karthus player, which obviously is not good for us. I think he's 3-0, and I think our Karthus player is 0-3. We were able to get another kill in the bottom lane. Donsky's Malphite just picked it up a minute ago. I'm using Teemo's mushrooms everywhere I can in order to try to defend myself a little bit better. You can see I'm putting them on the corners here, and there I put one in the brush for sight. The reason why you put them sort of on the corners here is if someone tries to come out of the side lanes and tries to kill you, there's a very good chance they'll hit one of them and they'll be slowed. Alternately, also if someone's chasing you, you can sort of run behind the mushrooms and force them to run into the mushrooms if they want to chase you. So this is all ways of sort of protecting yourself. Now Shadow's Udyr appears and I can totally back him off. Like if he comes anywhere near me, I can, you know, really beat him up badly. But you can see there's very little I can do about Anivia because it's such a bad matchup. And there, I unfortunately get hit with Flash Frost. I should have been able to dodge that. I get exhausted by Earthstrike, and there again, he's going to continue hitting me. I have to flash in order to get out of there. I actually had to use Flash and Ghost, but I was able to escape just barely. But nevertheless, you can just see how much damage Anivia is doing to me. Now, the good news is I am out farming Earthstrike's Anivia. I have gotten more minion kills than he has because Teemo is a really good farmer. Here, I'm going to buy a couple health pots. I should buy more than that. Let's see. Yeah, so I pick up 3. Honestly, I probably should have picked up about 5 or 6, I think, just because health pots are cheap and I really need them. Yeah, 51 to 34. So I am ahead in minion kills, 51 to 34. That's pretty significant. I dropped that mushroom there in order to help make my escape, but there you see, it actually gets a minion kill for me while I'm out of lane. But again, there's just not that much I can do. I mean, that Glacial Storm just has so much range. All I can really do is just keep drinking health pots and rely on my Doran's shield to keep regenerating health as I lose it. Yeah, so not much I can do. I'm just trying to survive the lane as best I can. See, like right there, like what can I do about that, really? As Teemo? I mean, there's really like nothing I can do. I'm just going to get hit for damage, and I can just try to heal it as best I can. So again, this is something that Riot saw as a problem. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Like, what can I do? How can I stop that? Anyway, Riot saw this as a problem as well, so they have tried to correct that in patches as our Karthus player dies again to Cull. So yeah, we're losing top pretty badly. Our bottom's doing well though. I'd say our jungle is still behind because of the early death that Captain Combustible took when he was jungling. So I'd say our jungle's a little behind, but our bottom's doing well. And even though even though Earthstrike is, you know, kind of beating the living daylights out of me, I'm still doing okay because I've only died once, and I did get a kill as I died, and I've been able to keep up in farm. So I'm definitely not winning middle lane, but I'm sort of doing well enough to kind of break even here. And so like right there, at least that time I'm able to dodge the Flash Frost. And so once again there, I was able to get back. And see, now Earthstrike's out of mana, so I'm going to go after him. Like, right now is when he's vulnerable because he doesn't have enough mana to do anything. So I'm going to back off. I'm going to back him off there and go back to farming the minions. That is the one weakness of Anivia. When she runs out of mana, obviously she can't do very much. But the problem was, like I said, that using Glacial Storm prior to this latest patch cost like no mana, and it was just a problem. And so fortunately it's something that's been corrected. I don't play Anivia. I've tried to play Anivia. I'm just not a very good Anivia player every time I've tried it. So sad news for Anivia players, but I do think that was probably a good idea just to tone down Glacial Storm. Anyway, there's a fight going on around the tower in bottom lane. If I could move the camera, I'd show you what's going on down there, but until we get a real replay feature, I can't do that. All I can do is show you what's going on here in my lane. But it looks like nobody ended up dying down there, and it looks like they backed off. Again, you can see Teemo's really good at pushing lanes. You can see how I'm able to keep farming up. I'm able to farm up better than Earthstrike is because he doesn't have a blue buff to give him infinite mana. And that was something their team probably should have looked to do. I can keep pushing these lanes. And like right here, Earthstrike's recalling back to base. Well, I'm just going to hit him with a dart to delay his recall by another 5 seconds or so. A minor thing, but the longer it takes him to get back to lane, the more time I have to free farm this lane and just get free gold, free experience. So I am going to go ahead and do that. And now Udyr is going to show up to try to defend this lane. Now, he can come back. He can come out here all he wants. But if he comes out to try to challenge me, I'm going to beat the living daylights out of him. Like, look right there. Poison plus dart. And you can see it does a lot of damage. So he can stand there at the tower. But if he comes out to try to fight me, you know, I'm going to beat him up really badly. So all he can really do is just stand by the tower and get experience. He can't come out to challenge me in this lane at all, which is just the way I want it. Anyway, though, Earthstrike's now back. You can see I am ahead of him in experience because I've spent more time in in lane, fortunately. And now I'm going to go back to buy as well. So I'm going to drop 2 Shrooms right in the middle of the lane. That will hit the minion wave as it pushes to my tower, and it will slow them down, give me more experience. Yeah, it's 83 to 50 right now in terms of minion kills. That's a pretty big advantage overall. I am not going to buy the suggested attack speed boots, Berserker Greaves. Again, probably should have bought a couple more health pots there, I think. I also maybe even should have considered buying a red elixir. Would have been helpful. But anyway, that would have maybe allowed me to survive some of that Anivia burst if I had had a red pot. Anyway, boom, there Earthstrike hits another mushroom. But I am ahead in farm. I'm ahead 83 to 50 something. Earthstrike's a little ahead of 50. So again, I'm pretty happy with how this lane has gone overall, considering that I don't have the advantage in this match. I'm pretty well protected against possible kills by their jungler with all these mushrooms on all the side lanes. And yeah, even though our team is behind because our Karthus player, Forever Black Sky, has been getting killed a lot. But oh, and the other thing I did was well, anyway, here we have a fight going back and forth, and look how much damage Earthstrike's doing to me. He exhausts me, so my skills aren't going to do much damage, and then he bursts me down. So that's a nice kill on his part. And you can even see I'm going to type in too much burst here. Yeah, so he just he hit me with his chill plus frostbite combo like 3 times in a row, and that just killed me. Nice use of exhaust too. If he hadn't exhausted me, I could have gotten out of there. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten out with it if he hadn't exhausted me, but with the exhaust, I don't think I was going to get out of there. Anyway, I'm trying to defend myself by getting Mercury Treads instead of attack speed boots. That extra 20 magic resist will help a lot in terms of mitigating the damage, but ultimately not enough there. Just too much burst damage. Just took me down too fast. And now I'm actually going to use Ghost to get back to lane. I want to get back to lane faster. There, Cole gets another kill on on our Karthus player in the top lane. So, unfortunately, Forever Black Sky not having a great game. I guess it's debatable whether to use Ghost to get back to lane like this or not. I thought it was. I thought that by the time I needed it again in a fight, it would probably be back up. And I wanted to get back to lane to miss out, so I wouldn't be missing out on golden experience. So, anyway, debatable play, but I thought that Earthstrike was probably going to try to push down my tower. As it turns out, he didn't. So, I guess it turned out to be a little bit of a waste. But I did get back to lane, and I was able to farm up that minion wave. And now, in the expectation of some kind of dragon fight possibly taking place, I'm going to use my mushrooms, put them around dragon, and that I have no clue what happened. Honestly, I saw that happening during the game, and I was like, what? So if anyone knows why the word just suddenly exploded, feel free to tell me. Anyway, here, Captain Combustible and I have come across Earthstrike's Anivia, and so I'm going to engage on Earthstrike right here. You can see I'm doing a lot of damage. He keeps bursting me. There's a little bit of a waste of a flash there. Now Donsky came in and starts doing a lot of damage. I'm going to try to finish off Earthstrike. I'm going into the egg farm. Possibly debatable because of this fight, and so I'm going to hit Earthstrike. Watch him! Oh, mushroom kill. So the net result there was I do die once again. Just so much burst from Anivia, but Earthstrike hits a mushroom in the forest that I just put down, and when the mushroom exploded, that got the kill. So I was lucky to get a kill there, let's be honest. But yeah, Earthstrike has Haunting Guise, he has Sorcerer's Shoes, so he has a ton of early game burst damage. And my champ, I'm just not in a situation where Teemo is just not well equipped to put up with that. Anyway, over there, Cole, I think Cole pushed down our top lane. He has, I think he's gotten another kill up there. Raffleboy gets a kill on Machi Ball, so nice done there. There's another fight, and there we go. Cole gets another kill on our Karthus player, so top has gone really poorly. The other lanes we're doing decently in. Again, I wouldn't say I'm winning mid, but I'm doing okay. The difference in the game right now is the difference in that top lane. And I think I even said something like, you know, I was feeling confident about how we were doing in terms of the game overall, right up until Cole showed up and you know, and killed all of us because he's like 6-0 or something at this point. Yeah, here again, picking a fight with Earthstrike. Unfortunately, I keep getting hit by his skills, keep getting hit by burst damage, but I do a lot of damage too. I'm just going to fight it out. We're going back and forth. Exhaust me again, and yes, go poison! So another kill. Interesting fight there. Interesting fight is all I'm going to say about that. That's the second time that Earthstrike killed me first and then died afterwards to that time to poison before the mushroom. And Earthstrike says forgot to potion again. So yeah, unfortunate. So again, exchange another kill for another death. Pretty funny. Again, I'm sure I could have managed that fight better, but it's just amusing how for like that was like the second time that we just 1v1'd each other and both of us died instantly. Well, not instantly, but died in the process of fighting one another. So anyway, I'm not sure if this is the right way to be playing Teemo. Probably not. Probably don't want to be taking this many deaths. I mean, I have died 4 times, but hey, I thought I was holding my own against Earthstrike's Anivia. Anyway, again, the difference in the game is Cole is 6-0 and Forever Black Sky is 0-6. So that's not a good top lane. And in reality, we should have swapped that at some point. Teemo does well against a character like Ezreal because his poison. Oh, I'll get back to this in a minute. We have a team fight here going on. Raffleboy is going to ult one member of their team, I'm not sure who, and hold them in place so we can keep dealing damage to them. Now Shadow's coming out and is engaging with me. Bit of a bad fight, I think, because of how much damage I do. I now need to get out of here as the rest of the team is chasing me. So I'm going to pop a potion. I'm going to drop another mushroom. There, Cole got another kill in our top lane. And unfortunately, Raffleboy was killed. So we definitely came out on the losing end in that fight. I saw Machi Balls here, and we're going to go 1v1 each other, and yes! Survive with 20 HP. What I was actually trying to do there was I was trying to set down a mushroom, and then I was hoping I could just bait him into walking over the mushroom and dying to the mushroom, but instead, Machi Balls shumpoed in. He actually shumpoed over the mushroom and 1v1'd me, but I had just enough damage to kill him before he killed me, so I survived with 20 HP left. But anyway, they are going to take middle lane tower, and we definitely came out on the losing end in that particular fight. So yeah, there you see 0-7 versus 7-0. That's been the difference in the game thus far, unfortunately. But I was able to score one more kill there. Anyway, the point I was trying to get to a minute earlier was we really probably should have switched these lanes at some point, just because Karthus has the range to deal with Anivia pretty well. Meanwhile, because of Teemo's blind, his blinding dart Q means that he matches up pretty well with Ezreal. I would have probably matched up better with Ezreal than I would have. So like right there, I shot him with my dart. Did some pretty good damage. I probably would have matched up better against Ezreal, and Karthus probably would have matched up better against Anivia than the actual matchups we had, so we probably should have swapped that at some point in time. Just change the lanes to avoid an unfavorable laning matchup, but we didn't do that, and now you see the consequences, and now Earthstrike has blue buff, and he's going to be super duper strong, which is not a good thing for us at all. But anyway, I'm going to keep shrooming up. One of the teams took Dragon. I'm not sure which one. I missed that. It probably was the other team. Now we have a team fight coming back and forth. Donsky misses the Malphite ult, but Shadow's been caught in front of their team, so I'm going to be shooting him. The other team, I'm doing a pretty good job of staying out of being focused by the other team. There, I'm going to pick off Machi Balls. I pick off Fang, then I pick off Machi Balls. Earthstrike is in his egg form, and I'm going to try to finish him off. Now Cole comes in, and I'm going to try to kill Cole. And go poison, go poison, go poison! Did I get him? Yes! Yes! I shut down the godlike Cole with my Teemo poison. So anyway, I picked up a couple more kills there. And let's see. Well, I think we went 4 for 4 in that fight. I'm not 100% sure. But because Cole was, I think, like 7-0 or 8-0, I got 1,000 gold for killing him. And that makes a huge difference. You can see I am going to pull closer to getting Madrid's Blood Racer. You can see I could buy a pickaxe and a recurve bow, so that makes my Teemo much stronger. So even though I've died 5 times, I'm pretty happy with how I'm doing overall. We would have killed Earthstrike in that fight too, except that he had his egg form up. He had Anivia's egg passive, so he was able to survive the fight. And yeah, other than that, I think we would have gone 4 for 5 or something like that. But taking down Cole just to end his killing streak was big, like I said, because 1,000 gold is, you know, that's really a ton of gold to pick up for one champ. Anyway, I'm going to now go for red buff. I probably should have been taking red sooner, but I didn't for whatever reason. But now I'm going to go after it. And just look at all those damage numbers being piled up between my Malady and all of Teemo's poison. You see that a lot with Teemo. Now I have 3 mushrooms. I'm going to try to drop them in useful places. You never want to be at 3 mushrooms when you're with Teemo because he'll stop generating more mushrooms if you're already maxed out. So you definitely start planting them. Just anytime in bushes are always a good place to put them. Any places people are likely to walk through. The slow, it does good damage. You know, the slow effect is useful. Now we've caught Machi Balls and Earthstrike a little out of position here, so we're going to go after them. I try to dodge the Flash Frost, but I actually get hit by it again. Donsky gets off a nice ult, a little bit off screen. Earthstrike strike, protecting himself well, but Donsky is following him, and are we going to be able to finish him off? Nope, looks like Earth Strike's going to get away. Now Fang has gotten into the fight. We're going after him. Donsky's tower diving after Earth Strike. Is he going to be able to get him? Yes, does manage to get him. But I think Donsky's... is he going to be able to survive this? Or Donsky's doubling back. He's doubling back around over by the Golem buff. Wish I could see that with the camera, but I'm out of position. Donsky's going to kill Machi Balls, but he dies as well. So double kill. Now I'm going to go after Cole. Cole is the one I want to chase. They're coming after me, so I'm going to back off, drop a mushroom. Now notice that that mushroom hits Shadow and slows him. And now that the rest of the team is tanking for me, I can get back into the fight. Forever Black Sky gets the kill. I'm going to continue going after Fang there, and Captain Combustible gets credit for the kill. So we've managed to kill 4 members of their team. Yeah, we get 4 of them against 1 death of our own, and then Forever Black Sky finishes off Cole with his ultimate. So we score an ace here. And for some reason the rest of the team like backs off. I don't understand why. I was like, guys, we have an ace, you know, let's push down this tower while we've got a minion wave. I mean, they're all dead. It's not like they can do anything. So we're gonna take that tower. Then on the way back, we're going to go and head for Dragon. You can see I ping it. And, or maybe I didn't ping it, somebody pinged it. Next, we're going to take Dragon on the way out. We would take their blue, but their blue is down. The blue was, someone already had the blue. Oh, Forever Black Sky has the blue, which is pretty good as Karthus. And now we just need to get out. I have no idea why he's engaging with Anivia there. They're all full health. We just took a lot of damage, so that's not a fight to engage. That's a rather needless death. But anyway, now we're going to back up, and I'm going to go back and buy. This is a good place for me to take a break because I'm heading back to base. So once again, thanks for watching, and we're going to continue this video next time in part 2.